let's talk about Sam Darnold. Good old Syndrome himself from The Incredibles. Got a 1 year, $4.5 million deal with a lot of incentives. This cat can make up to 11 million if he gets all the playing time and wins games and playoffs and all that stuff.
Good gosh, look at this play right here. Stays in the pocket, defender in his face, just throws a strike. And so, I mean, again, if I had to say, like, which quarterback is he closest to, probably C.J. Beathard that the 49ers have had. He does not fit Nick Mullins, does not fit Baker. Baker. Does not fit Jimmy Garoppolo, does not fit, a lot of guys. Go back to Hoyer. He doesn't fit those guys. Brock Purdy doesn't fit those guys. He's much more of a C.J. Beathard, big-bodied, stays in there. He'll take the hit and has arm strength. But good gosh, I mean, you just see this toss, man. Pretty damn good player.
And again, let me just be very, very clear. I see this signing as a quarterback 3 with quarterback 2 possibility early. Just in case Brock doesn't come back in time, he would be the clear backup. But they signed Sam Darnold early, which makes me think they targeted this guy when so many other quarterbacks were still out there. Brissett, Bridgewater, whatever. You go all so many other Minshew, whatever. It doesn't matter. They went after Darnold day one. Day one. And I think it just makes so much sense on both sides because you got to get somebody that wants to be a quarterback 3, is okay with it. Sam Darnold is 20. I think he's, 26? I think he's 26 years old. No, he's 25. Sorry. He's young. Now, he's played a lot. He's played a whole lot. And so it's interesting. He's 25 of 56 games played. And I got to say, shout out to my man, Clayton. The producer has arrived, so we are good. He's going to be handling all your questions. Get your questions in. Clayton's going to be running this bad boy. So, my thing about Sam Darnold that I keep going back to is maybe his best football. He just got through playing his best football of his career. The last 6 games for the Panthers went 4-2. They were 3-8 before he stepped in and traded away CMC. He went 4-2 with the Panthers. 7 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 92.6 passer rating this past year. Steve Wilkes was there. CMC was there. So those guys signed off on it. And I don't know, man. I really do like this signing. I really, really do. Now, for the people out there that are screaming at the top of their lungs, oh, he's got to, this is competition for Trey Lance. One, I want competition everywhere. Okay. I want the best of the best at every position across the board. But with the salary cap, it's almost impossible to do. If you think that Sam Darnold's going to be getting quarterback 1 reps in training camp, I just do not see that. Now, what happens in every single training camp is quarterbacks rotate and you give some quarterbacks time off because you want to see what people look like in the ones, but they're not splitting 1 reps. That's not it at all. 49ers Fogey says Darnold's fits the mold, decent insurance policy, very decent insurance policy. And again, you're banking on Brock being back the last week of August, right? And if I put the time period up there, again, if you're looking at Brock Purdy, based on the 6-month timeline, you're talking the 4th week in August is whenever he can be cleared to throw the ball if everything goes well. He starts throwing motion 3 months, but 6 months is whenever he should be cleared to go if all goes well. Season starts a week after that, guys. So you've got to move forward. You hope for the best, you prepare for the worst, and I think that's what this is. I think that's what that is. Tommy, look at him coming out here throwing shots. I got my Longhorn shorts on. He says, congrats on the Shorthorns. Tommy does not like the Longhorns. Hook 'em, baby. Got that dub yesterday, Sweet 16. Going to keep grinding. But I like Darnold. Goodness. If he's going to get playing time and if he balls out, that would be awesome for him and for the 49ers and for his career. This is not a long-term stay for Sam Darnold. I just don't see that with Brock. I don't see it with Trey. One of those guys pans out. It just doesn't make sense. What Sam Darnold's trying to do is revitalize his career and show that he could be the guy, right? And so he's hoping he gets put into a game He could do basically what Brock Purdy did last year. And that's what he's hoping for. Now, again, I went back, listened to my draft write up. This is Sam Darnold back whenever he was drafted, third overall. 6'3, 221. He's a big cat, man. Ran a 4.8, 540. This was before he ever took one NFL snap. So I was wrong on a lot of this, but that's okay. I don't mind holding myself accountable for my past takes. I think that's important. And it helps me whenever I'm writing these draft profiles and going through stuff in the future. It helps with that as well. I said Darnold is the picture perfect prototypical quarterback in all measurable traits. The issue with him is decision making and confidence. Darnold has only 2 years playing experience. Again, this is before he got drafted. After 2 years of starting, he finished 57 touchdowns, 22 interceptions, 64.9 completion rate. Footwork is good, but gets sloppy too often. Even without pressure in his face, he does not transfer his weight forward. Jimmy G, that's same consistency, right? But the problem is Darnold has the arm strength. Darnold, much stronger arm. So if he always switches his weight, which whenever I do these game tapes, I'm curious to see if that's still an issue. Darnold throws on the run as well as anybody and is the definition of a gamer. Situation's never too big for him. Play seems to rise as the game closes. Arm strength, make all the throws. Accuracy is beyond inconsistent. At least 3 to 4 throws a game that make you scratch your head. My player comparison was a mixture of Blaine Gabbert and Andrew Luck. So like that's what I had him going top 6. He went third. But yeah, so he has the tools. There's no doubt about it. 25 years old, 56 games played. And I think that's key. Dave, he says, regardless of what happens between Trey and Brock, we need to keep them both. Way too many injuries at quarterback to let one go. Yeah, I agree with you. And I don't think it's going to be an issue because they're both rookie deals. So, like, you've got a couple years to at least let this figure out. And for the diehard Trey Lance people, you're probably not watching this show, but if you are, why would you trade him now and not next year? His value will be more next year, even if he doesn't play. Even if he, as the anti Trey Lance people say, he's a bust, whatever else. Even if he sits on the bench the whole year and doesn't play, his trade compensation will be the same as next year as it is this year. So why not just see? It's one of those things I struggle with. Finding any logical thing into trading him and rolling with Sam Darnold and a possible healthy Brock Purdy. I just don't get it. That's just me.
The 49ers Rush Podcast.